Good evening, race fans. Welcome into the third race of the Affinity Racing Series Next Gen Season 3 here at Kansas for the Jessica Fischer Memorial 130. As always, here with my co-commentator in the booth. Art, how we doing tonight?
I'm real excited for some mile-and-a-half action around Kansas Speedway.
Yeah, race information is as follows. 2 laps of qualifying to set the field for the 130-lap main event. 55% fuel capacity gives us an estimated fuel run of 30 to 34 laps. 4 total sets of tires, 1 starter set, 3 in the pits, 0 fast repairs, and 3 green-white checkers. And always, ARS this season will be benefiting the NASCAR Foundation. Let's check them out. We'll get the link up in chat here shortly, but it is time to head on to the track. Qualifying is already underway.
Yeah, we've got, no surprise, Cabe McClenny sitting at P1.
Top of the board, 30.59, very close to his practice time. He was quick. Brandon Bowers, also very quick in practice, along with his teammate James Jimmy Fillers and Sean Anderson to the top of the board. Nearly a statistical tie.
Second lap.
And it is a tie at the top. Look at Fillers. It was a tie, but McClenny goes quicker. 30.51. What can Brandon Bowers do? Let's go on board with him as he starts his first flying lap. Kyle Ritchie second. Randy Arms fifth. Last week's winner, Perrin Huggins, 14th at the moment. Has another lap to improve. Times are coming in hot and heavy now, but look at Bowers, top side of the racetrack, staying in 5th gear. Looks like he's going to go for the fast lap on his second lap. We'll have all that momentum built up for the first lap. Got just about 30.56.
It's going to put him P2. Perrin Huggins going to jump up to P. He's still P2.
30.54. That was Bowers' second lap. My apologies. So interesting that the top is the way to go here. Let's see, Samuel Demien, can he improve on his second lap? 17th to 13th, yes he can. William Bowman in the 53, currently 23rd. He'll stay there, does improve, not enough to move up. Travis De Leon in the 15 machine. We'll have enough time to get his lap in. Michael McElroy, 17th on his second lap as well. De Leon crosses the line. 26th quickest. Michael McElroy unable to improve. And that will be it for qualifying. Brandon French is parked out on the back straightaway. It looks like it'll be Cabe McClenny on pole. Perrin Huggins second. Some familiar names at the top of the board. 23 hundredths of a second separating your top two.
I'm surprised that Nick Miller didn't set a qualifying time. Figured he would try and get out there early, lead some laps, since he's going to be doing the same thing this week as he did last week. Just going to start and park.
Yeah, he does have another league obligation to make, and he wants the bonus point per lead in a lap, but going to be kind of hard to do when you don't qualify.
Yeah, he's going to be starting 27th.
Look, we got a 34 car field here tonight, if they all grid up. We'll see if they do.
Realistically, 33, because we already know Nick Miller is gone.
I mean, in terms of gridding up, taking the green flag. We'll see.
Yeah.
So here we go, ready to rock and roll here in Kansas. Cabe McClenny on pole.
Ozman cometh, though. Love subscriptions. Love money. I'll always let people know that.
Let's get a James Jimmy Fillers paint scheme check. Absolutely. Let's see if he gridded up yet. There we go.
Has. Ooh.
A little Exalta on the side. Let's get the...
He's got the dinosaur on the hood. Let's go.
Looky there. Looky there. Sean Anderson, I believe, in a new paint scheme as we go through the field here as they're starting to grid up. Matt Frady. Gear wrench looking good back through this field. The 95, Devin Galvin sporting some new paint this week, I believe. Back through the field.
I like Scarebos. Have you seen that one?
The 59 machine of Tony Scarbo. Let's see. He's always got a nice looking paint scheme.
Oh, we don't see the same thing.
Oh.
Well, actually, I kind of see that, but yours is the one on your screen is messed up. The one on my screen, it's like a gray and white camo, and actually looks good.
This has been a certified trading paints moment. Cody B. Johnson's car.
Cody B. Johnson.
The 08 machine, he's got someone's face on the side of it.
He does have someone's face.
Well, how about
That's what
that?
we're doing now.
He's got it on the hood. Oh man, how about that?
Going to guess that it's his face,
or is it Jeffrey Rudick for president? I don't know. But nevertheless, we're waiting on Failvich, William Bowman, Travis DeLeon to grid up. So 31 cars at least will take the green flag as it stands.
Please tell me that is Rudick's.
That'd be great. Now just waiting on William Bowman and Travis DeLeon. Did we do a 3-minute grid again? I feel like we did.
Yes.
All right, that must be the new thing this season.
I don't know why.
They did not. They didn't. Nobody tells us anything up in the booth.
They don't like us.
It's all a ploy.
I don't know why.
But we're only going to get the one pace lap. We're about to roll off here any second. Art, let's get it out of the way. Done and dusted. Who's winning tonight here at the Jessica Fischer Memorial 130 at Kansas?
Give me Cade McClenny.
Cade McClenny taking the pole sitter. Give me Brandon Bowers, P3.
Just going to leave Perrin Huggins sitting right there, P2.
Hey, it is very likely that he could go back-to-back. He's got the speed and consistency to do it.
All three of those drivers. Very fast.
We're just waiting on William Bowman. He did set a qualifying time, but I think he missed it. I do believe that he missed it. Oh, no. Last second, he just made it. Just made it. I think. Yep, in the 52. There he is, yellow and white. So we got all 34 ready to rock and roll here. It is stiff competition. There's a lot of good drivers in this field, so I'm very curious to see how it plays out. We are finally...
It's going to take just one mistake, and I believe, like, anyone down to, like, even past Cale McClenny, but I think Cale McClenny would even have a shot to win this race.
I think anyone in the top 10 could easily win this sucker. Fillers was very quick in practice. I mean, it's not a stretch.
I mean, yeah, Fillers had the fastest lap. Cabe had a fast lap. They were all getting in that
we've always had moments. It's been pretty clean as the seasons have gone on. They've gotten more used to racing with each other. But I wonder how tight the margins will be tonight, how much beating and banging we'll have out front. Can they pull away? Last week, Michigan, a lot of drafting involved, so we'll see if anyone can break away and be the dominant car here.
We got a 1-2-3 predicted. Perrin Huggins P1, Cody Johnson's P2, Sean Anderson P3.
They all start in the top 10. Yeah. It's not the worst prediction.
It's possible.
Brandon Bowers took 3 weeks to get a paint scheme, but he finally got it, not in the testing scheme, so we're ready to rock and roll. Bowers, Jack Links, and Menards on the side. Pace car is off. We're ready to go racing here in Kansas. Cade McClenny down through the Geico restart zone, waiting for the flag man, and we are underway.
Not a great start for that outside line. Brandon, P2.
Bowers should be clear here for second. Side by side for fourth. That's Cody B. Johnson and Kyle Ritchie as they power off turn 2. 3 wide, a little bit further back. I believe that is the 59 of Scarbo. With Demien and Matt Frady in contention. Can they make it through turn 4? I see some contact further back. That's Ryan Tiller.
Oh, the 75.
Oh, Nick Sipple! Caution's going to be out immediately.
Rudick for Preston has no bumper.
Yeah, that was always going to be trouble. The 75 getting turned in front of the back half of this field. right as the leaders cross the line. Let's take a look here at what happened to Nick Sipple in the 75.
Ooh, he just comes up off the bottom and gets into the side of Pender.
He had a really good start to the season, 2 top 10s in 2 races, but here on the opening lap at Kansas, he does just come up, get himself turned, and overcorrects into Brandon French. Jeffrey Rudick not able to check up in time. I believe that was Jacob Thornton that gets a piece of this due to the overcorrect. You can see him swerving the car, trying to check if that toe link is still intact. There was a lot. If we back this up here, Ryan Tiller was at the top of nearly 4 wide. 2, 3, and 4 here. And just a little bit tight into the wall. There's Schwartz. Almost more contact. There's Bowman, Leon, and Nick Sipple. That ain't going to work on the very bottom side of the racetrack. And caution out early here in Kansas.
Yeah, not really surprised by this. It seemed very aggressive.
They going 4 wide that early on, and he'll pay for it. But it looks like he'll be able to get going again. And he'll just barely stay on the lead lap. I mean, it is a car. You got to beat that pace car out. Oh, I don't know. I don't think he didn't. No, he didn't.
He tried to McQueen it.
So he will go a lap down. Rudick does catch up to the back of the pack. He'll stay on the lead lap. And then Thornton with some damage. Leon stayed out on the racetrack, so obviously not a whole lot going on there for the 15. Biggest mover so far, Nick Miller. From 27th, like you mentioned, already up to 20th.
I think it's going to be really hard for him to get up there and lead a lap, but it's not impossible.
I know he's got to check out here in a little bit, but he's probably hoping it would have stayed green, gives him more time, but under yellow, not any way to move up. So the good news is for Nick Sipple that he is the only car 1 lap down. So it is not completely over for him yet in the 75 machine. Unless he just instantly... Did he just disconnect as we were watching him there?
Yes.
Alright, so it is over for Nick Sipple.
Hey, Rudick got a bumper back for me.
He did. He's got significant left front damage, but that car does have a bumper. And
RFP.
no last place finish. That's locked in by the 75 machine. So Nick Miller, if he can get a bonus point and then he has to dip out, will get he won't even get last. But lights are off on the pace car. Lap 6, we're getting back underway. Cade McClenny this time on the inside with Perrin Huggins behind him, so him and Bowers flip-flopped. Other big movers, Alex Chira +6. Travis De Leon +5. French +3, as well as Pendergrass. Each up 3 positions. Pace car is off. Cade McClenny, just like the initial start of the race, has the field in tow. He enters the Geico restart zone, and we're back underway. And Brandon Bowers did not get a good restart there, so it's the exact opposite of the initial start of the race. Perrin Huggins takes back that second spot.
Wide, Cody B. Johnson, he was looking at the inside of Bowers there.
That outside line got really stacked up right on the initial go there. Bowers did not get a good launch, but he'll still hold on to 3rd.
Oh, Randy Arms get turned to the inside.
That's off the bumper. Oh, that's Matt Frady, Kevin Boley, Casey Brown as they try to scramble.
Oh, and they're still piling in. Oh, no, French.
Jeffrey Rudick going to be able to slam on the brakes. The 03 of Lucas Reed not involved, able to slow down in time. That looks like it was off the bumper of Joshua Parent in the 22 machine. And our second yellow out, just as quick, if not quicker than the first one. Let's take a look here. Yellow out immediately. And
ooh, it looks like Randy followed Sean Anderson.
Oh, he just... Oh. Man, there was not a whole lot that the 22 could have done there. And he just comes off the wall. Yeah, right down in front of the 22. So a rare mistake from Randy Arms. That is... That's brutal. It costs a lot of people. So he's going to go around. Tony Scarbo, Matt Frady, Kevin Boley, Casey Brown. Further back.
Lucas Reed, Brandon French.
Oh, so Lucas Reed didn't avoid it.
No. He, like, did not slow down enough. Like, I get, like...
If he gets into Schwartz, gives him a punt... I mean, he's pretty slow, but it's just that 40 Frady just drifts down the racetrack. William Bowman almost gets a piece.
And then, yeah, Reed bumps that car back up and track right in front of French.
I mean, that's the back half of the field right there. Man, good cars involved in that, too. Obviously, Randy Arms, the catalyst for that. Schwartz involved. We know he's got decent speed. Casey Brown, Kevin Boley were inside the top 15 at the time of that. I mean, that is just brutal for a lot of these guys. It's a good representation there, the side of the 22's car. I mean, that's pretty close to the face I was making. Like, oh, he's butted around in front of the traffic. That's not going to be good. So Nick Sipple shouldn't have quit. He would have been right back on the lead lap. Nevertheless, that's good for guys like Rudick, who had slight damage.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna have another two.
Gets some more damage fixed, but so he's sitting a little bit pretty. I mean, he's still got a little bit of left front damage, but not as much as the guys that were just involved. Lucas Reed apologizing in our chat. Don't know if we'll. Hopefully, the message gets relayed. I know some of the drivers watch us as they race. But if you're the front 15, you're like, hey, y'all go figure it out. we'll race it amongst ourselves, you know. Keeping it clean's a big part of it. The big losers from that obviously are Randy Arms and Matt Frady, who had absolutely nowhere to go, barreled in at full speed as Randy came up right in front of them. So they'll be on pit road. Big repairs needed for them to continue, if at all.
You're saying if we keep this up, Rudick's going to have a clean car by the time we're done. It's going to be spotless.
So Randy does get back going. Matt Frady's still on pit road. But Randy obviously now a lap down. That car will not be handling good, even though he is back out on the racetrack. Still a lot of damage. Cade McClinney for the third time tonight will get us back underway through the Geico restart zone. Waits just a little bit. And that's going to cause a bit of a checkup. That's Kyle Ritchie blinking.
A better start. The outside line more prepared for McClinney's jump. Still Bowers moves to P2.
Ooh. It's Failvich and Miller bouncing off the wall. 3 wide. Demien the meat and the sandwich. That is the...
Had a lift there.
07 machine.
It's 07 on the side of the car.
Jeffrey Rudick is our one and only 07. We do complete that lap. Sad to say, but this is the longest green flag run in the race so far.
I thought you were saying sad to say we completed a green flag lap. Here comes Nick Miller.
Yeah, he's plus 17 right now. He's just going full out trying to lead a lap. Plus 20 now, nearly 3 in one corner. He wants to get up here, lead a lap, and then go fulfill his other league obligations.
I don't understand why you are on the outside there.
It's Kyle Ritchie into the wall.
I just don't get why he doesn't set the lap. He would say start top 5 like he realistically
Oh, more contact, more contact!
Gale wanted to go to the inside, wanted to make a move on Kyle Ritchie, and just didn't have the room.
They are barely hanging on to this thing.
Oh, there's still contact. Still contact.
They
almost got turned.
Not settled it out yet. There is just a lot going on. 3 wide, a little bit further back. Joshua Parent trying to climb back up the order. Ryan Tiller trying to recover. Look at that. 22 right in the middle.
See, that's how you do 3 wide. You don't have to be on each other's door constantly.
Look at, that's plenty of room right there. That's about as good as it gets. Failovich around the outside. Trying to use that momentum.
Have that momentum on his side now.
It does look like we've now settled in just a tad bit. There's still plenty of good racing going on, but they have figured it out a little bit. Nick Miller up to 5th, and he is just going hand over fist right now. He needs another second to get up to Cade McClenny. And he did let everyone know in Discord prior to the race that this was going to be his strategy, so I don't think you fight it too hard, knowing that he's not going to be a factor at the end of this thing.
I mean, I would fight it, because, like, if he's still out here running laps, so he wants to try and get the points. If he can go out here and get a lap led, he's still going to potentially be a factor when it comes to playoffs. So if you can just deny him here and there, why not?
That's a good point to be had. We'll see what they elect to do, but we'll see if he's able to make those tires work, as he has had to use them quite a lot. And is that Kyle Ritchie coming in? It is. Very early. So let's see what happened to him. Nothing necessarily out of the ordinary there. I know he was blinking a couple of times, but that's normally not a pit to fix it situation. It's just you drop to the back of the pack.
That's what race control is saying.
What was it?
Blinking issues? Which, I mean,
I was not aware he had to pit for that.
I don't think that does. Still waiting for a full update from race control.
Now Nick Miller, he's kind of settled into 5th here. He is closing in on the back of Fillers. These two have had some good battles over 3 seasons.
Race control said he didn't have to pit, but he just decided to.
Interesting. But it's now a 5-car breakaway at the front. Another second back to Cody B. Johnson and Sean Anderson and Cale McClenny. Look how close this is. Nick Miller really driving it in deep. You can tell he so desperately wants this lap lead. He came up just a little bit short last week. He is 7.5 tenths off the race leader. Aaron back down to 5th. He's down 3. I wonder if he's saving a little bit of tires. Maybe trying to go a little bit long here in the stint since we've had some early cautions. You can extend this just a tad bit. Short still trying to recover. He has cracked the top 20. And there's a lot of racing in and around this mid-pack. Jeffrey Rudick looks to be coming in for a pit stop. Battle for the race lead. Oh, and there goes Travis DeLeon further back. Spun around. He's going to be able to keep it off the inside wall. No caution, 1 car off the racetrack. And back up front, Bowers almost turned that 05 of Cade McClenny down to the inside as well. Let's go on board here with Nick Miller. I think Nick Miller's tires are starting around. He gets a little tight there. And yeah, this will be his exit point. Stalled out at 4th. A free spot for everybody there. He'll go fulfill his new obligations. And yeah, like you said, if he just would have qualified, he would have been up there with as quick as he was moving through the field. But having to go 27th to 1st, he just ran out of tires. And you saw it right as he went on board there. He just got super tight out of turn 2 and And that was that. Randy Arms also back on pit road. That car still obviously not working right. And now it's a 3-car breakaway. Gabe McClenny, Brandon Bowers, James Fillers. That's my pick to win, hunting him down in second. These two have had some solid battles as well. Kyle Ritchie was able to get back on the racetrack. Rudick and Arms still on pit road. Matt Frady was also able to get back underway. Good battle here. Ryan Tiller, Chris Pinder, 23 and 17, just ahead of them. Andrew Tenold has cracked the top 10. He's plus 10 positions. Started 19th, now runs 9th. And for the first time this season, let's take you to our onboard driver cameras with Andrew Tenold. Pretty composed inside the cockpit. Literally.
While making moves, though.
Yeah. Now running that high side.
I was going to say, running this race for his aunt, Jessica Fischer Memorial.
So he's doing her proud right now as he's inside the top 10, and he's hunting that 21 machine. And that is Cale McClenny just ahead of him, but you had to back out there with the throttle just a little bit tight. But he is up inside the top 10 as we are nearing. We're in about 10 laps, so the first round of pit stops also providing you our driver cameras tonight. This is Joshua Parent with the squid hat. You remember, if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you remember this from several seasons back, and it has been brought back out of retirement. He is now in the 14th position. Has some decent speed, just got involved. Got caught up in that second incident with Randy Arms, but he is hunting Ryan Tiller right now. Had a great run out of turn 4 here. Gonna pull down to the inside, and they'll be side by side heading into turn number 1.
Can't believe we really got the turn of the swing.
Parent not able to clear Tiller. Oh, that was close. Great save from Tiller. The 23 and the 22 going to battle right here. Schwartz now going to take advantage of that. What a block thrown by Parent. Shearer has a great run now that Schwartz got cut off. It's all popping off here in the midfield. Tiller does hold on to that 12th spot. Michael McElroy giving a shove to that 9 machine down the back straightaway, nearly 3 wide into turn number 3. Here comes William Bowman. This is that hornet's nest that we like to talk about, that midfield. Everyone desperate to gain positions and get up there before that first round of pit stops. But while all that was happening, Gabe McClenny's gone from 1st to 4th. Make it 5th.
Tire fall off is starting to catch up to him.
Let's take a look and see if we can figure out when that pass for the lead was made. Looks like this was the last one right here. Off turn number 4. 05 just gets really tight. And that'll allow Brandon Bowers to the race lead. And then it's a continuation effect right there. The gaps were so close. Fillers takes advantage. But definitely looks like Brandon Bowers has got the best piece over the long run. We've had a couple early cautions, but now we've settled out since that 3rd caution. And he is starting to pull away from his teammate James Jimmy Fillers. A little bit of right side damage though on that 11. A couple of scrapes down the right side. battle for 6 as McClenny has gone to the back of the lead group. I'd say that's definitely some tire fall off right there.
Checking out that damage on the 11. I know I've seen a lot of drivers making contact with that outside of the wall. I think that's just another case of it.
Yeah, there's fillers into the wall right behind him. So a little bit of scrapage on the right rear. The composite body to the next gen, though. These things are durable. They can take a lot. Don't want to push it too much, though, if you don't have to. Ooh, that's pairing into the wall, I believe. Yeah, right front damage there. Tiller goes back by. These guys don't want to give it up. Here comes Shorts to the inside. Turn 2 exit, turn 4 exit. They will come up on you quick. Shorts with a slide job. Parent gonna shove him down the back straightaway. Just gets tighter and tighter as the run goes on. I've seen that from several drivers here tonight, up into the wall a couple of different times. There's Doug Ezel and Daniel Pendergrass are battling it out for 24th. Ezel,
I'm gonna give a
but that's Devin Galvin.
I'm gonna give a shout out. It was brought up in chat that the race was actually bought by Doug Ezel. The naming rights were given to Andrews, and also big shout out Doug Ezel.
Very nice. Yeah, Ezel +7 right now in the 67 machine, trying to make it +8. The pass there on Devin Galvin. That's a tight race car there, that 95 machine. And the 67 will take the position. As this midfield battle continues to ignite. Pit stop's going to be crucial here for this group as there's Schwartz to the inside of Ryan Tiller, teammates on Tuesday nights. Schwartz has some great long run speed. He's +12 positions right now to the 12th position. Casey Brown also making his way towards the top 10.
You're going to have to start wondering when these drivers are going a bit for tires because it looks like a lot of them are starting to struggle.
And Devin Galvin, we just saw him get up into the wall. He'll be the first one to start the cycle of green flag pit stops. And you wonder, what do these three guys elect to do? Fillers, Huggins, could he be Johnson 3 in a line right there? Or it'd actually be Brandon Bowers from the lead. And that's purely a move to keep track position. He will be far and away the leader. Somebody missed pit road. I believe that was Alex Chira. Yes, it was. Brandon Bowers from the lead. It's Devin Galvin. Yes, he did, but if he gets on and off of pit road, no issues. He'll easily remain the leader. He'll keep the clean air.
Expect an immediate answer here, but
nobody.
Nothing.
So that's a bit of an early pit stop from Bowers compared to his rivals. Ooh, contact there off the floor between William Bowman, Michael McElroy, Lucas Reed.
Shira coming in.
Right. Second time around, he nails it. Brandon Bowers. 14.97 seconds. He's out and away. Down to the 26th position, but
here comes Fillers.
And Felvich and a whole host of others. Cale McClenny got... Oh, that's not going to cut it. Right through the code. Ryan Tiller. Everybody's smoking him up on the way in. Here comes Bowers, working through all sorts of traffic. Easily the quickest car on the racetrack now. Got to be careful, though. 30 to 34 laps purely under green. But they are able to stretch it with those early cautions that we had.
Cave is crawling to his box right now as though he doesn't have any fuel.
I said they could stretch it. And that, I mean, you're asking a lot. 5 extra laps just with 2 quick cautions.
He was able to get in there, but it's going to cost him a lot of time.
Was that Cabe or Cale McClenny?
It was Cabe.
Oh.
Yeah, he was slow. He was going, like, it was taken down. He was not on the throttle on pit road.
And so here, the top 12 pitted on our second caution of the race, lap 7. So they can go a couple more laps if they want to. The tires aren't going to allow that, but the fuel would. So Pinder leads a lap. He'll give up the lead to Jonathan Shorts. Bowers unlaps himself the hard way. Schwartz gets a bonus point for a lap led. Bowers already up to 13th. He's easily ahead of his teammate James Jimmy Fillers by 5 seconds. So that track position move paid off. Now it's the top 9 that stayed out on the racetrack. And boy, would they love a caution. Schwartz going to stay out. Everybody's staying out. They have the extra laps of fuel. You might as well. Bowers back into the top 10. 4.7 seconds over James Jimmy Fillers with 2-lap fresher tires. Compared to some of his other rivals. Oh, Perrin Huggins, 51-second stop. Kyle Ritchie, 45. Cody B. Johnson, 52. Sean Anderson, 51. Cale McClenny, 50. Andrew Tenold, a minute. Ryan Tiller, 55 seconds. They're handing out pit road penalties like it's nobody's business.
What was Cabe's?
Cabe McClenny, he hit the commitment cone coming on the way in, definitely. Everyone else, I'm assuming, is speeding.
Well, no. I think, didn't Cale hit the commitment
Cale hit the commitment cone. Cabe
wasn't the one that was out of fuel, I'm pretty sure.
Cabe is fine.
What was his time?
He was 48 seconds on pit road, 11 seconds on the pit stop. So he was slower on pit road, but he actually was, he made up for it on the pit stop itself. So a lot of penalties with that. And if this race goes green to the end, it's Brandon Bowers and James Fillers. I mean, there's nobody else.
And the only two to actually
literally,
execute.
his competition, just all of them. Kyle Ritchie, Perrin Huggins, Cody B. Johnson, Sean Anderson, Cale McClenny. They all just got penalties. It's... Holy cow, that absolutely has changed the complexion of this race, because now there's several guys fighting for the lucky dog. And right now it's Perrin Huggins, so that traps Cody B. Johnson, Sean Anderson a lap down. And those two are insanely quick as well, so they're begging for a caution. Multiple at this point. It's not going to be just one. Holy cow, this is completely spread out, this race. That's William Bowman on, I believe, pit exit coming out.
Corbin says, I moved the cone up some to keep it spicy.
Right now, the top 16 are the only cars on the lead lap. Pendergrass just got lapped in 17th. There's Brandon French on pit exit. It is not ideal. I mean, that's if we don't get another caution, that's the race right there. And Bowers is pulling away, even though he pitted 2 laps before Fillers. I mean, holy cow. ARS kind of hit and miss. It's not a wreck fest by any stretch of the imagination. But you just never know when you're going to get that random caution. If this was LSRL, you could go ahead and write it off. Say Brandon Bowers, your race winner. But you just never know. The Racing Series keeps you on your toes. Live race control with Corbin Simmons in the tower. If he sees something that's caution-worthy, he'll throw it. It's up to the drivers to help him out, though. Call it out. We're super spread out, so the driver's going to have to help race control out a bit. But this is big points for guys that were involved in some early incidents. Lucas Reed, 13th. Jacob Thornton, 12th. McElroy, 11th. Devin Galvin is now 8th. He was down in the 26th position when he made his pit stop.
Pit stops are a major part of racing. You got to do them right.
You got to be able to execute on and off the pit road. We say it every week, and tonight is another perfect example. Added to the textbook, your examples, whatever you call it. And I was looking down the order, seeing how it cycled out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people with penalties on that round of pit stops. Brandon French, Travis DeLeon also picked up penalties. So 9 people received green flag pit stop penalties. And as Bowers continues his charge through this field, that's going to put more people a lap down. That's going to put more pressure on Perrin, Cody, Sean, Kyle. This has completely changed the complexion of this race. I mean, that's Cody B. Johnson right there in front of Felvich. You'd think that's a battle for the podium, but no. Cody B. Johnson not a factor as it stands. Felvich and Demyin instead battling for position. Felvich just had it. Got up into the wall in 3. Demyin looking for it back.
Felvich, he was flirting with that outside wall.
And it is a Jughead 1-2. 3.7 seconds back to the third place car, the first non-Jughead driver. Samuel Demyin, that's us though. We're on the podium, boys. Barely.
YJ Media Motorsports.
Barely.
I mean, even if we do get a caution, the next of like the favored drivers, which would be Cade McClinney, he's 5th. He would still have to get through people to get up there and actually make the challenge.
Absolutely.
And he'd have
that's Thornton into the wall.
People trying to go with him.
Yeah. As it stands right now, it's Daniel Pendergrass, the lucky dog. Perrin 7 seconds behind and half a second ahead of Cody B. Johnson.
See, this is why we practiced, pit entry when we were racing.
And here's the thing that Perrin's going to have to deal with. No disrespect to Daniel Pendergrass. He's minimized the mistakes. He's plus 16 spots right now. But Perrin obviously has more speed tonight. So Perrin's going to have to drive insanely quick just to get up to Pendergrass to even have a shot at the lucky dog. And that could, I mean, you're going to be going hand over fist for a lucky dog, and then Doug Ezel's about to go a lap down. So, I mean, you were in a really bad spot if this doesn't turn into a wreck fest. We're under 100 laps to go as well.
I was going to say, if he gets up there, because right now Pendergrass is right behind Bowers, he could realistically...
However, look at this mess, though. You say, oh, if it goes green the rest of the way, these guys are fighting tooth and nail. They've been given a great opportunity for easy top 10. They just got to fight each other. They don't have to fight some of the heavyweights like we're used to every week. They can just minimize the mistakes on pit road, and that's what they've done so far. Guys like Randy Arms off sequence after an early wreck. Just trying to salvage what they can. Out of the race, though, Nick Miller purposely pulled off. Nick Simple, after 2 laps involved in the first caution, he pulled off. And then not sure what happened to Brandon Richard after only 8 laps complete. I didn't see.
He left.
Did not see him get involved in anything. I'll give Pendergrass this though. He pitted after Bowers by 5 laps, so he's not going away. He is the lucky dog, but if you can go ahead and unlap yourself, why not? And in French also came out after Bowers. He's trying to get one of his laps back. And that would join him in the whole host of others that are 1 lap down. So he would love to get 1 lap back. And looks like he'll do so. He has even fresher tires, so he is gonna... Looks like he'll take advantage. Yes, he will. But obviously, you don't want to be that guy that's saying, hey, I'm quicker than the leader. You don't want to wreck the leader. That's not going to go over too well. But Pendergrass being very respectful. A tad bit quicker, but he is pinched on that bottom. So it is going to be hard to complete the pass.
I'm just looking throughout the field trying to see if there's potentially a, Michael Waltrip racing moment waiting. Because, I mean, with how many drivers we have lapped down, how many teammates there are in the field, it would just take one of the rogues that are sitting 2 laps, 3 laps down, and just pull a, and get that thing sideways and caution come out.
Jeffrey Rudick back on pit road. Travis De Leon has made his 2nd stop. Pendergrass, I mean, he's still fighting. And he's going to burn his stuff up sitting there on the bottom side of the racetrack. But I think he's going to force the issue here. I think Bowers will give it to him. Oh, man. Don't want to do that, though. He had it, then he lost it. That is holding Bowers up. Bowers is kind of in an awkward situation. He's trying to fight to get back on the lead lap. He does have slightly fresher tires, but Bowers is like, hey, man, they're now pretty even in speed, all things considered. You just gotta be careful. Battle for the podium. Dylan Failovich, half a second over Cave McClenny, 3/10 over Sam Demien. Battle for the top 10, Jacob Thornton. Chasing after Michael McElroy. Alex Chira just a second back from this. Bowers has now put some distance between himself and Pendergrass, but it's not a big loss for Pendergrass because he is obviously the first car 1 lap down. And if he could stay in the draft with the race leader, Perrin, he's made incremental gains, but he's still 5.8 seconds back. Doug Ezel seems to have stabilized, so he's not an instant threat of going a lap down. So 16 cars on the lead lap, and it should stay that way until the next round of stops. Here, probably in the next 10 to 15 laps. So what's coming up on the second round of green flag pit stops, and you would assume, right, Art, that the guys that made that mistake aren't going to let it happen again.
I mean, you hope not. When you've already done it once, you should know better by now.
Cale McClenny, one of the drivers that had top 10, fringe top 5 speed, racing for 25th now with Kevin Boley, who's had significant damage from the second caution of the night.
What about getting 3 in line with Perrin?
Perrin right through the middle.
He's still on the hunt.
Pendergrass looked really loose out of 2 there.
I'm not sure what Pendergrass was doing there.
Devin Galvin, Doug Ezel. We've seen these guys. They were racing for 26th, 27th. Now they're racing 16th and 17th. So 10 spots for free. It's not a bad day's work right there. Looks like Ezel has just a little bit more speed. He is plus 16. But your biggest mover tonight so far, Jacob Thornton. Started 30th. Runs in the top 10, looking for his first of the season. Villers has started to catch Bowers, though. He got it from, what, 6 seconds to 4? So he is closing in as the run goes on.
Oh, no, he has traffic around.
It's Travis De Leon. He just recently pitted, though. He'll be flying.
Might be pulling him.
Could pull him along, yeah. Got a Crank It Up redemption from none other than Jeffrey Rudick. Let's crank it up here for the first time tonight, nearing our second round of green flag pit stops. Crank It Up curse did not go into effect that time, by.
You say that. Travis De Leon was on the back of James Villers there for a second.
There's Pendergrass, so these are cars on varying tire strategies. Villers is like, I don't know where to go. Oh, what is that? That's French and Devin Galvin a little too early in front of your race leader. So Bowers has one thing going against him. He pitted on lap 36, got the clean air, and he's been in control, but he'll pit before everybody else. And the rest of the field, 39, 38, 40, 42. So they can go, you know, 6 laps longer, and they can hope for that caution. He's going to be forced to pit before anybody else, and here he comes. A little bit of lockup on the left front, but it looks pretty stable. We'll see when everyone else elects to respond. They have the extra fuel to go a couple further laps and try and hold out hope for that caution. That depends on Fillers, Failvich, and McClenny pitting as well. Randy Arms in as well, off sequence after that second caution of the night. Devin Galvin also in. Miller staying on the racetrack. Looks like everyone else behind him will elect to do so as well. And Bowers, I mean, he fell back to 17th. Make it 18th. There's Cody B. Johnson. That's who you think he'd be racing with, maybe for the lead. He comes out half a second behind him, and it's nowhere close for position. Alex Chira is in. Devin Galvin down and away. 14.8 seconds on pit road. Here comes Failvich and Cabe McClenny and Sam Demien. A lot of lockups there.
I think James just wants the tires for that final last 30 to 20 laps he's going to have.
Yeah, there's going to essentially be one more stop after this. So you're getting yourself in position for that final run, and here comes Fillers. Just be careful on that transition, down to second, down to first. Looks like 5,400 on the RPMs. Yep, 5,500 maybe. Short's going to stay out again.
Aaron coming in.
Would love a Michael McElroy lap right here. Or a Casey Brown one. That would be fun. See if Shorts gives it to him. Bowers already back to 12th. And he'll pass by Perrin here in just a second. But that's what Perrin's doing. Perrin's being forced to stay out to try and hope for a caution. Look at the speed difference. Brandon Bowers says, thank you very much. You still have a major pit stop, and I'm already back past you. Already in to 9th. Lucas Reed in. Still one more stop to go. Hinder in, Tiller in.
Perrin in, so.
Short's gonna stay out. Huggins and Johnson. He'll make it though, barely. Bowers is already back on the lead lap, so that's crisis averted for him. He'd love to at least get back to the lead. Some guys still battling it away here. William Bowman, Jacob Thornton right before their second to last stop. And there's a lot of shuffling of positions going on right now. There's Demien on the fresh tires. Shorts going to come in. Michael McElroy will get that lap led. In the 83 machine, Casey Brown's like, hey, I would like one too. Thank you very much. Here comes Fillers and Matt Frady on fresher tires to unlap themselves. Frady still fighting for anything he can get. There is not much out there. He has passed Rudick and Nick Miller and Randy, but that's about it. Here comes McElroy, Casey Brown. Gonna follow him right in. Still not gonna hold up William Bowman.
He's gonna lead a lap.
Gonna try and get there. Looks like he'll do so. And he'll lead a lap.
Where's the pit road crew? Fox doesn't. We're not Fox.
We are not. That could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on your point of view. Most people would say it's a good thing, though.
good thing because we're better. Bad thing because we don't get paid millions to do it. I would love to get paid millions to do this. Could you imagine?
That'd be just the dream of a lifetime, wouldn't it, buddy? Was Bowman trying to pit there? I don't think so. Bowman is still going out, and he's hoping for a caution. He pitted on lap 43. He has trapped most of the field a lap down, except for the top 7.
I honestly think I probably wouldn't even need millions.
And there's a penalty. There's another penalty. Lucas Reed, 52 seconds.
Oh, come on! Y'all can't be doing that.
And here comes William.
Already.
And here comes William Bowman. The cycle is now complete, and that's a stable entrance for the 53. No penalty there. And here comes Bowers to retake the lead. Out of turn number 4.
10 seconds off first. That better.
He was quicker in pit lane by a second, so he got a second for free. And then obviously he had those couple laps on the newer tires. So Filler should run him back down towards the end of this run like he did the first time. So.
I think we're going to have to check him.
And that's my pick to win. I'm just saying. He's got one more pit stop to make.
Is his crew chief checked now? So do we have anything to, like... Can we test this car? Where's inspection?
10 seconds. He is sitting pretty right now. It's pretty spread out between the battling for position. There's a couple battles. Casey Brown chasing after Chira. Kyle Ritchie chasing after Cody B. Johnson. There's a couple things throughout the field. A lot of it is just completely flip-flopped. A lot of differing tire strategies, guys with penalties, so on and so forth. I'm looking for someone like William Bowman, though, to make some noise here. He came in on lap 78. Last one to pit. 10th place is only 9 seconds up the road, and they're battling. So he could use his fresh tires here to his advantage and gain some spots. Especially if these guys continue to battle Casey Brown and Alex Chira. Battling out for the last spot in the top 10. Chira already has one. Casey Brown looking for his first of the season. He's averaged a 12th place start. Just hasn't been able to convert that into some decent finishes just yet, but in a good position now. There are 10 cars on the lead lap. And half of them are halfway to being lapped. So you look at it, Jacob Thornton, Scarbo, William Bowman, Galvin, Doug Ezel, and then there's Perrin Huggins, and then there's Cody B. Johnson, and Kyle Ritchie, and Sean Anderson. And it's going to take a heck of a lot here in the final little bit for them to get anything out of this race.
Because even if we get cautions, Bowers, like, there are people staying out. So the lucky dog is all you're getting. Like, free passes aren't going to be
right.
So, oh my.
And that's even if we get a caution. I mean, right now there is Michael McElroy and Casey Brown and Shorts about a second apart from each other. William Bowman and Scarbo battling it out. Chris Pender, Kyle Ritchie. And that's it. That's for position. Those are the only battles that we have right now. Everything else is super spread out from the green flag pit stop sequences. Thornton on the fresher tires unlaps himself. So 11 cars back on the lead lap. That would give the lucky dog to Tony Scarbo. Cale McClellan gets around Travis De Leon. Kevin Boley is in with Kyle Ritchie. Three cars officially out. Jeffrey Rudick, I guess, would be technically classified as off. He's been on pit road for 16 minutes. It just shows it as pit. Back in the day, you'd have your off and out. So.
Oh, Kyle Ritchie left.
So there's another fatality. Make that 5 cars out or off of the racetrack. And that'll give 3 spots to Cale McClenny, Travis De Leon, Kevin Boley if he decides to come back out, Frady, and Randy Arms. Except for you're too far back to take advantage. Only way I see Bowers losing right now is a green flag pit stop mistake, and there have been plenty, but you would think, right? You would hope and assume and beg Bowers with a 9-second lead over his teammate, I might add, that he would just kind of back it down for the final stop of the night, which is in about 12 to 15 laps, I might add. So it is coming up here in the next couple of minutes.
You would assume so, but we have seen pit road issues out of the Jughead boys.
It is,
So
I mean, your next closest non-Jughead competition is 11.5 seconds behind you. And everyone should have 1 set of tires left. There was 1 starter set, 3 in the pits. We've all had 2 green flag pit stops. A couple of early cautions, so no one should have taken tires there. So everyone's on the same tire strategy, and Bowers has shown the long run speed tonight. So it is his to lose at the moment. He'll have to navigate some traffic. That's about the only thing. He'll have cars on newer tires trying to unlap themselves. Just take a peek in the rearview mirror. See that there's guys 4 laps down that are really fast. You got loose out of 2 there. Oh my goodness. Hey, Matt Frady, big respect though. He did back out of it. Gave him plenty of room, and he'll gather it back up on the fresh tires, pass to the inside, plenty of room. Man, that was a heart and mouth moment.
No mistake.
Absolutely would have been. Here's William Bowman. He's got the fresh tires. He finally gets around Scarbo. Michael McElroy running a brilliant race. Got by Jonathan Schwartz for 7th. Here's how he did it. To the inside in 1 and 2. And just dove it up in there. A brilliant race from the 83. Through all this excitement and chaos of green flag pit stops, we'd be very disappointed in ourselves if we didn't put the link in chat to the NASCAR Foundation, the charity that we are benefiting this season in Season 3. Already at 20% of our goal. Re-raised as it. So if you feel so inclined or have the opportunity to do so, go check them out and donate if you are able. Some good battling here. McElroy through the middle. He's trying to track down Joshua Parent, who's had a solid recovery. A lot of traffic still to be dealt with. Andrew Tenold in the mix there, not for position at the moment. If you're Brandon Bowers, you say, just give me 10 more laps. Just give me 10 more laps. Let everyone make their final stop. And, then we can settle it from there. 13 cars on the lead lap. Bowers being very smart. Letting those guys that were battling it out go by. So Doug Ezel in position for the lucky dog. If a caution were to come out.
Unreal run from Bowers, by the way.
It absolutely is. And like we mentioned, Fillers is closing back in. He went from 9-10 seconds to 7.5, so his fresh tires are closing towards the tail end of the stint, but Bowers will be able to pit before him, and he'll stretch that gap back out again, and we'll look to get across the finish line here. This last sort of sprint finish here. Blistering pace, by the way. We had 3 quick cautions, and then green since then. Got them all done right at the beginning. We have not looked back. Bowers is just about in that final fuel window. Lap 100 to be guaranteed safe. And is that Kale plenty? No, is that just a couple of cars back? That's Jeffrey Rudick, actually, that was back out on track. But I think he realized that car is a little bit worse for wear, and he'll come back down pit road. Coming in on 30 laps to go. Still battling for positions throughout this field. Ryan Tiller gets to 20th, courtesy of Daniel Pendergrass. This is Perrin Huggins to the inside of Devin Galvin. That is for 15th. Perrin trying to salvage what he can. Maybe he had a race-winning car tonight. He'll never know. It does put him 2.8 seconds off of a lucky dog spot, though, so by no means is he out of this race just yet.
Behind him, Devin Galvin in the wall.
He's been fighting a tight-handling race car most of the night. But I feel like he'd be thrilled with 16th. When we were checking in on him before that first pit stop, he was battling it out for 27th, and he'll take advantage of the chaos and maybe get a top 15 if things break his way in the final stop. There's still a mess. Just a couple of seconds up the road. Joshua Parent 6, McElroy closing in. And then Casey Brown, Schwartz, Hinder all in the mix. Some of this is for position, some of it's not. Travis De Leon, Joshua Parent going at it. You gotta be smart here. You realize there's not a lot of cars on the lead, not a lot of cars on the lead lap, so can't get caught up in foolishness with guys that aren't on your race. Oh, that's Parent into the wall. So don't let one mistake become two. And then 2 into 3 and 3 into out of the race. But there is traffic all around these guys. And St. Bowers faces a similar problem as he did last time. It's not even the worst case scenario, but it's just the strategy he played himself into. He does have to pit before everybody else. And a mistimed caution could get him a little bit behind the 8 ball.
I was curious about what some stuff said in chat. Someone told Gabe to watch his mouth. Apparently he was just using profanity as his car was loose.
And here comes Bowers for his final stop. Smoked it up. Hopefully he didn't speed. That'd be a terrible way to lose with 29 laps to go. Speeding while ahead by 8 seconds.
We do have Parent's chat being disabled.
Oh boy.
So PA running hard.
Yeah, he is running hard. He got caught up in the lap traffic a little bit. Lost out. I believe that was Travis De Leon he was battling with. But again, that's the issue you face, right? These lap cars are on differing stints than you. They have fresh tires. They're going to do their own race, and you can't get caught up in all of that. Bowers down and away. 14.85 seconds. Beautiful stop. And he is down and away. He gets passed by Perrin, and Perrin's like, oh, this could be the race for the win, but it's just, that's not how it worked out tonight.
It's definitely not that.
So now Bowers is just begging for about the next 5 to 6 laps to go green. Let him cycle through. And that'll be pretty much all she wrote. And we already have some of the lead lap cars doing just that. Felovich is in, Shearer is in, Demyen is in. Heavy lock up there from the 21. And look at this, though. They're still not done battling here. This group has been inseparable the last handful of laps. And if a caution were to come out, it would be with this group right here. It really would. Hard racing. You're trying to position yourself for the last stop. We are well within the window, so you'd love to pit ahead of your competitors.
We've got Fillers and McClenny.
1 and 2.
Ooh, contact between McElroy and...
That is Travis De Leon. Casey Brown right there. Gotta be careful. Gotta be smart. It's an easy top 10 for McElroy. Travis De Leon, pit road penalty early on. He's 26. Don't throw it away.
Fairly certain those are...
Oh, and Brown. Looks a little uncomfortable off turn 2.
But like
There's an affiliation.
Yeah.
So it's not on purpose, but you know, they are on different races at this point. McElroy into the wall. Schwartz will get by. Parent pitting in. It's a good call from him. They are just battling away, hand over fist.
Cave was able to get around Fillers on pit road.
Yeah, he had an 11-second stop to Fillers 14. So was that a 2-tire call from Cave McClenny? Gets him 1.5 seconds clear, but will that be short-lived? Bowers back to 6th. McElroy is now in. So he is almost there. 24 laps to go. Lucas Reed up into the wall. Alex Shearer trying to get out of harm's way. Doug Ezel, second up the road. Bowers through to 5th. Ezel just up the road. Thornton in, Pendergrass in. This is the final stop of the night for everybody. And these guys are just flying all over the place. Everybody's doing something different. You got about top 15 racing on the lead lap. You have a group racing 1 lap down, 2 laps down, even all the way down to 4, I believe. Bowers to 4th. It's round Ezel. He's waiting on the top 3 to pull the trigger. William Bowman can go the longest. He put it on lap 78. Schwartz gives up the lead. Casey Brown will get a hard-earned point, finally.
French had issues there.
Yeah, he did look way low off of turn 2 there, coming out of the pits. Lucas Reed is in. Ryan Tiller is down and away. Bowers through to 3rd now.
I can't tell you how just funny it would be if we went caution to start the race, and then just close it out.
Out of their system. It looks like Casey Brown's going to yield. William Bowman. He can go even longer. He'll stay out. He'll lead the lap here again. And Bowers 5.3 seconds behind. Just needs one man. 21 laps to go to cycle back through to the lead. And if you're Brandon Bowers, you are on cruise control right now. You know that the guy you're chasing is not doing any fuel mileage. It's nothing funny. He's going to pit here in just a couple laps. Just save your stuff in case we get a late caution and bring it home. You don't want to burn your stuff up for nothing and then a caution comes out with 5 to go. The guys around you save their tires and that's it. But Brandon Bowers back to the lead. 20 laps to go. 10 cars on the lead lap. Make it 9 here in just a second. I think Casey Brown might get lapped. It's very close, but actually he will hold on. He's got the fresh tires, so Brown should be able to survive here. It obviously takes a lap or 2 to get these tires up to their optimal window, so we'll see how this plays out. Looks like Brown he should be able to carry the momentum here. And Bowers will hold back in line, get some draft, why not? Pull you along and all that. Alex Shearer does go a lap down, so make it 9 cars on the lead lap. With 18 laps to go. McClenny is actually pulling away from Fillers, so that was a brilliant strategy by McClenny to get second. He's gotten clean air. He'll try and hold off here. Fillers comfortably in 3rd, but the battle for 4th rages on. Elvich and Demian.
He is going to be away from Fillers, but right now Clinney is probably using these tires. He's running 3/10 faster than Bauer, so if we do get that late race caution to shuffle everything up, I think it's going to be all for naught. I don't think he'll have the tires to actually make that challenge.
Michael McElroy trying to hold on to Jonathan Schwartz. Don't think he'll be able to do it. Schwartz with the run down the back straightaway. Joshua Parent just ahead of them. Parent pitted a lap before they did, and he'll get the positions for free, essentially. Now just has to manage his tires, and he'll come away here with a 6th place finish. Some right side damage to boot. Aaron Huggins continues to climb the order. He's 14th, so he's making a pretty decent recovery drive. And Jacob Thornton, pit road penalty on his final stop, takes him out of contention for a top 10. So add another one. We got to be at least at 15 total for the night. Speaking of 15 laps to go on the Jessica Fischer Memorial 130. It's been a crazy race. You look at the top of your ticker. Kyle Ritchie, Jeffrey Rudick, Nick Miller, Brandon Richard, Nick Sipple out of the race. Randy Arms and Matt Frady multiple laps down due to some incidents. Kevin Bowley, a couple of times on pit road, heavily damaged, involved in our second caution. And everybody else has just been really, I mean, from 26th to 14th has been affected one way or another by pit road penalties. Nine cars on the lead lap. Chira trying to get up there and unlap himself. You would love, I mean, everyone is out of tires at this point, but you would love to not have to start at the tail end on a late restart. If you can unlap yourself the hard way, go ahead and do it.
Our race control has to be the laziest in the business. Stop talking about caution and trying to play it.
We literally have the laziest race control paired with the best broadcasters in the business. It's incredible. Cody B. Johnson and William Bowman going at it here. Bowman with fresh tires. He's up to 12th. Your biggest mover on the night, Alex Shearer, 19 spots. He started 29th. And he's looking pretty solid here. Looking like he'll pick up his second top 10 of the season. You know who we're missing tonight in all of this? Thomas Green and Jarrett Talmadge. That would have completed your 36-car field. Big losses tonight. They would have thrived on the consistency. And look at this. Casey Brown, Michael McElroy, Joshua Parent, Schwartz. These guys have been battling it away for the last 40 laps. They cannot get away from each other. 4 guys here. Identical lap times, lap after lap after lap.
Why is Corbin want a driver update on DeLeon?
Driver update redemption on Travis DeLeon. Pretty impressive. He started 26th. And in all of this chaos, that's exactly where he runs. In the 26th position. He is a handful of laps down. That?
Actually, I'm wrong. I was going to say Devin Galvin, but he just lost a spot.
Joshua Parent started 9th, runs 9th. Tony Scarborough runs 11th, and he started 11th. So there's a couple guys that managed to do it. Only 3.
Devin Galvin can get a spot back. It'll be his, too.
Doug Ezell's 7-lap fresher tires. I don't think he's getting that spot back. I really don't. Failovich has been leading Demien for the last handful of laps. I'm sure the 21 machine is tired of looking at Gary the Snail on the left rear of that back bumper. TTSL Motorsports driver looking to get a strong 4th place finish here this evening. This is the battle we're watching here. This could decide the race if they get too aggressive, bring out a caution. 9 laps to go. These 4 guys have been totally inseparable. You see some dust kicked up just ahead of this. I believe someone had hit the wall in front of them. I believe that was Brandon French, and he battles in the 23rd position right behind Chris Pinder. by side there, the 17 machine. Running in the 17th position, so he's got that going for him. William Bowman hard charging here late on his fresh tires, got around Scarbo. So that only leaves 2 drivers that run where they started. Joshua Parent, Travis De Leon. Don't think Bowman can get a top 10 though, unfortunately. He's going to run out of laps, 7 laps to go. He's got 8 lap fresher tires than Shira, but he is 4 seconds behind. I'm telling you, Cade McClenney turned on the burners in this final one. He's 4.8 seconds behind. He cut that deficit nearly in half.
He's still gaining time. I think it was.
This is Bowers though, just managing his stuff. He knows he had a big lead. He's just making sure that, hey, if there's a caution, I got just that little bit extra on the restart.
That's exactly what I said earlier. It's like, if it does come out, I don't think Gabe's going to have the tires to actually make the challenge.
I mean, he dropped fillers by 5 seconds. It looked like a Jughead 1-2 for the longest time, but it'll end up a Jughead 1-3. Not the worst result, obviously. They'll take that. But it was a 1-2 for the longest time. Looks like Felovich is doing just enough to hold on to 4th. This will kickstart his season in the right direction after 2 difficult races for the 88 machine. Top 5 at the bare minimum. And it looks like Schwartz leads Casey Brown, leads McElroy. Parent has dropped off. So it's a 3-car battle for 6th in the closing stages of the Jessica Fischer Memorial 130. 4 laps to go. Brandon Bowers in complete control. 9 cars on the lead lap. So even if a caution does come out, give the lucky dog to Alex Chira. Nobody has tires, no reason to pit, so that's it. That's done and dusted right there. It'd be a 10-car shootout, even if we get a caution in the final 3 laps. And if you're Bowers, you just let the 15 go right on by. No reason to push it. Don't be side by side. That's what he does. Beautifully managed race by this 11 machine. He's closing in on his first victory of the season. In dominating fact. He got a paint scheme and he won the race, so his sponsors will be happy.
Yeah, ARS and links.
Very happy with the driver of the 11 machine.
Oh, he actually picked it up that
Why not, right? He already has a pole this season. He's got a top 5. He was just missing the win. And if he can do another half a lap, it'll be basically his.
Basically.
He works off of turn number 4. 2 really quick cautions at the start of this race, but none since then. White flag, race is official. Through 1 and 2 for the final time. He's got 4 seconds over Cade McClenney. He hasn't been challenged in the last 100 laps, really. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Through 3 and 4. Great battles going on behind him. Casey Brown and Schwartz and McElroy. But Brandon Bowers, in dominating fashion, wins tonight here at Kansas. The Jessica Fischer Memorial 130. He'll take the victory. Cade McClenney and Fillers will round out your podium. Yin rounds out the top 5, and here we go into the final corner. Casey Brown going to make a big send on his Tuesday night teammate. They're going to be side by side off of turn number 4 for the 6th position.
Go up and get him, Casey.
And Schwartz will block down to the inside. He'll get it. Michael McElroy, a strong 8th. Parent, the last car on the lead lap, and that'll do it. What a race. How about that? And the Jughead boys going to celebrate together. Tennell giving him a little congratulatory engine rev there, and Brandon Bowers, let's see what celebration he's got for us. Oh, no. It didn't start out the prettiest, but he figured it out now. Here we go.
Cody Johnson rating for the end of the race.
Hey, listen, we could have appreciated those 25 years at the start. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, there's 25 people going to see some interviews here.
Hey, you showed up for what could potentially be the most interesting part of the race, depending on who we talk to and what they have to say. But appreciate the raid nonetheless. Hope you, you've recovered to 14th, so hopefully you got something out of it.
Plus, to those 25, this is where the full race VOD will be at.
Absolutely.
And YouTube. Also on YJ Media.
So let's go ahead and get the Jughead boys in here when they join the waiting room.
They're always just... Oh, there's Brandon Bowers. He's in his chat.
All right.
Hold him to the wrong one.
Here with your race winner, Brandon Bowers. You've had some hard-fought wins over the past couple of seasons we've been broadcasting. This is probably one of your easiest ones, though. Dominant. You didn't mess up on pit road, and it was just kind of cruise control for the entire second half of this race.
Yeah, man, it was pretty easy out there. See, I've been working with Cabe and them this week, and I mean, it's worked out. I mean, in my favor. It helped them out too. I mean, you seen the 2-tire call that Cabe had. That helped him out some too. So, I mean, it's just I don't know what else to say. I mean, I got on the pit road really good, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, the first run of the race was really the only representative run we got. I mean, Perrin was up there at the start. You and him were battling out a little bit. Cabe was in the mix. Same with Fillers. But after that, I mean, you had taken the lead on the long run right before the first round of pit stops. And then Perrin, Cody B. Johnson, who else? There was just a whole host of Sean Anderson, pit road penalties. Nick Miller has to leave. Cale McClenny gets a pit road penalty. I mean, it's just a lot of mistakes tonight, and obviously you have great speed. You qualified inside the top 5 and took the lead naturally, but just maximizing the consistency and minimizing mistakes, and it shows.
Yeah, I don't know. Perrin and Cody were quick. They probably would have got me. Maybe, I don't know. It would have been a battle. Would have probably wrecked, but. It would have been cool, I guess. It would have been a way more entertaining race to watch, I guess. But
I'll just say this: so you'd rather have a boring race when you win than a boring race and finish, 20th, though. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, it's boring, but I won. So
this is true. This is true.
But congratulations, first win of the season. Will you get any shout outs in if you have any?
Can I get a shout out to James Jimmy Fillers and all them people back at the shop, the Jughead boys, dude. Jughead boys are hard to beat. It's a known fact. It's not just a statement; it's a fact. All right, so and anybody aligned with Team Jughead is automatically like 10+ horsepower. So we're the engine supplier for like half the field.
You don't even need the flames on the side of the car; just the Jughead affiliation.
No. We need the T-Rex, though. The T-Rex car? Yeah, we need that.
Definitely need it. Love to see it. Great paint schemes. Congratulations again, and we'll see you next week.
See you, dude.
Here with your runner-up tonight, Cabe McClenny. You were Art's pick to win. You let him down in the worst way. Just lost that one spot. But nevertheless, kind of a similar story to Brandon Bowers. Had some speed in that first run. And then from then on, that first round of pit stops, it was just kind of don't screw up on pit road.
Yeah, there was seemed like half the field made a mistake, and I didn't make one on pit road. I ran her out of gas middle of the back straightaway, so that's where I lost all my time. I burned off the tires at the start of the run. I learned how to drive it after, during the race, and then I ran out of fuel down the back stretch during that first run, so I lost how much time. Then Kel pushed me for a second down pit road to help me get to my box, but it was just that, and then losing my 4 seconds sucks because
that was the margin of victory tonight.
Yeah,
it was right at 4 seconds.
And I figured we weren't going to get a yellow, but that was one of the funnest races we had. We were making jokes all race about Bowers and he taking his having a custom bathroom in his RV filled with Slim Jims and beef jerky. I don't know. Race chat was fun, so that was one of the funnest ARS races.
Absolutely, but even better when you come home strong, P2, headed in the right direction, second top 5 in only the 3rd race, so definitely got some good speed.
Yeah, good points day. I was hoping to get a win here because it's one of my favorite tracks, but I'll take a good points day and just fun one overall. Just messed up strategy a little bit. I think that's what cost me a lot of time, but good job, Bowers, on the win. And thank you guys for broadcasting, and go check out my YouTube, KO5.
Absolutely. Appreciate the kind words, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Hey, boys.
I don't know what he said when he left, but nevertheless, here was your 3rd place finisher, James Jimmy Fillers. Started 6th, finished 3rd. Solid night for the Jughead boys. Obviously, Bowers taking the win, and you rounding out the podium. Just a great night for the team.
Oh, yeah, it was real good. I thought we were going to get the elusive Jughead 1-2 there, but then Mr. McClenny took 2 tires, so that worked out for him. I wish I would have thought of that, but, us little dummies like me, I don't think of that stuff ahead of time. I just go in there and I slap 4 on it and I crank that wheel and I downshift.
No problem with that. I'm in the same boat. But well-managed race. Don't make any mistakes on pit road, and you wind out of here with an easy podium.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't make no mistakes, but I definitely could have got in there a little bit hotter. That's where Brandon Bowers was shining tonight, and he was sending it in there on pit road, and he come out 2 or 3 seconds faster than everybody on the pit stop. So I'm proud of him, proud of Jughead, and then proud of myself for not killing the wall like I usually do. So we kept the toe link straight, and that was all I needed to do to finish 3rd there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But really good night for the Jughead boys, and a really strong start. Bowers picked up the first win, and each of you both with 2 top 5s in the early going of this season.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, you think after Michigan, my memory was wiped, man. I got wrecked 4 or 5 times there, and don't know really what happened, but I was just I'd be driving along, minding my own business, listening to some music, and then next thing I know, I'd be sliding through the infield. But it's good to bounce back here at Kansas. Kansas has always been a good Jughead track, so proud of Brandon. And I guess I could say I'm proud of myself. I got a little bit of work to do, so I was chewing that right front up there. I'd hit it 4th gear, and it was just, you'd hear that tire just screaming in my ear. So I got to do a little bit better job of that. Where do we go next week?
That's a fantastic question. Sonoma's the 18th. I know that's the rescheduled race. We'll see you next week at, Bristol. Oh, boy. All right.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one, son. You come out of there looking like a friggin' street stock, so we'll have a good time on that.
If the winner has a hood on it at the end of the race, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, it reminds me of all them rookie class races I used to run back in the day. But it should be fun. We'll see what we got. We'll be pretty quick there. We just got to keep the car clean, which is hard to do in that madhouse.
Yeah, absolutely. World's fastest half mile. Looking forward to it. The Coliseum. It should be great, and looking forward to it. We'll see you there next Monday night.
All right. Appreciate you.
Here with the YJ Media boys, and I think for a couple of us, we need to go to pit road practice. It just is what it is. Randy, don't turn down in front of traffic. I didn't pick you to win, neither did Art, so I don't know what that was your own doing. You hate to see it turned in front of the entire field nearly.
Yeah.
But shout out Samuel Demien for leading the boys home tonight. Big
Yeah,
P5.
we had a pretty decent run. Had some right front damage the whole race, and it just got progressively worse as time went on. So we may have been fighting for the podium had I not had like 20-some seconds of damage. But regardless, good pit stops. Locking them up really works well to gain position. So
there was a definite theme tonight. It was either pit road mistakes, getting really tight and slamming the wall to 2 or 4. I mean, that was kind of the general sense of the race tonight. It looked pretty tight out there.
yeah, the car was I don't know how to describe it. It just never felt loose. So you're always driving a tight car.
There was at least one person a lap that we saw kissing the wall at some point, but managed it well. You and Casey both top 5 for you, Sam. Casey plus 11 comes home 7th tonight.
Yeah, I was
Pretty proud of it. We just needed a solid finish after the way the season started, at least. So yeah, just really happy with 7th, and we won't be here next week, but we'll keep on trucking for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And then Shorts, you had some good speed. You were mixing it up there as well with McElroy, Joshua Parent, and just a calm 6 after getting involved in some early stuff right at the start of the race.
Yeah, it was a solid night for us. Next gen's not really my strong suit for, at least for driving, but 6 plates is pretty good. Had a little issue on pit road where I couldn't get slid through the box, couldn't get it in reverse, but to come home top 10 still is pretty good.
Absolutely. And then Ryan Tiller, your takeaway tonight. You ended up rebounding to a top 20, but I bet you'd love to have that first pit stop back.
Legitimately, it might sound like a joke, but I really don't know who moved the cone. But I would have really liked for them to give me my points for the top 10 that I should have deserved. I am not joking whatsoever. First pit stop, the cone. Somebody hit the cone, moved it about 50 yards down the pit lane, and I was braking at the cone like I normally do, and the cone was way past where I should have been. So sped and got that all done. So
I think that was Cale McClenney. We saw him coming in. He scorched it up right through the cone. And I was like, well, he's going to get a penalty. And then it looks like that was kind of a domino effect, and everyone else kept speeding onto pit road.
Yeah, I wasn't the only one to complain about it. There's a few of them. So it must mean it's legit. So, yeah, it just sucked. But, oh well. Battled to get top 20. I was trying to stay at least one lap down so I could try to get back on the lead lap and salvage something. But, after a certain point, nobody wanted to bring out a caution because I guess we weren't racing hard enough. But, oh well. On to next week.
Yeah, they got the wrecks done early, and after everyone sped on pit road, it was pretty much done wrecking. That's just the way it goes sometimes.
It's the hand we were dealt. Oh well.
Mm-hmm. But looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night for the LSRL Xfinity Series Championship, and then back here next Monday night for Bristol.
Oh yeah. Yep. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Yeah. Take care.
I wonder.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. What?
Oh wait, I had to.
Dylan Felvich, Alex Chira. Very strong night for the team. Dylan comes home 4th. Alex in 10th. So very, very good night for the TTSL Motorsports guys.
Yeah, well, we're down 1, but he had some interwebs issues.
Yeah, Kyle Ritchie did have great speed before he started blinking like a Christmas light.
Well, yeah, as I say, it'd be like that.
Yeah, but it's a great speed tonight. You guys got a good piece, and results showed it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised where I finished. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of just went into this race just run my own race, I guess. I put some practice in this week. Something about this track I can't click with. But I'll gladly take home a top 10 tonight. So I feel like we're off to a good start to the season. Let's just keep it rolling until next week.
Absolutely. Your second top 10 in the 3rd race of the season. Dylan, first 2 races not the way you would have liked to go, but you get on the board with your first top 5 of the season.
Yeah, I would. That's definitely an understatement. Going into this race, I thought this was going to be horrible. I thought in a practice the car didn't drive anything but a dumpster. It plowed. The shifting was horrible. So I thought it was going to be bad. And I turned out to be right. But it worked out. And I feel like we're going to have the same sentiment going into next week at the
Bristol.
The chaotic concrete.
Last great Coliseum, world's fastest half mile, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll have. Hopefully, the TTSL Motorsports Racing Incorporated, presented by Dale Jr., can have a better race. It's probably not going to happen, but I mean, if me and Alex and somehow survive, and good old Kyler Itchy over there, his internet doesn't mess up, we'll be in good place.
Put you on the spot here. Wyatt G24, Dylan as a weapon. Kyle Ritchie, facts. What's your response?
See,
Dylan?
all right, here we go.
Instant response.
So. Kyle gets a pass because his race was bad. Now, Wyatt, on the other hand, I don't remember if you remember last season around Halloween time, there was some dude that was trying to defend candy corn. That's him.
Ah,
That's why his name's Orange. in
so
chat, because he loves-
there's no. It's not reputable. It's
right, exactly. Like, I mean, he also this was also the same. Like, obviously his name's Green because of candy corn. But you know what? I'm green, orange. I'm colorblind apparently. But you know what else is orange? Circus peanuts. And this man also thinks those are not bad. This man's tried to defend circus peanuts and what's the other one? Candy corn. So I'm gonna just put that out there.
So to be fair,
see-
if you had to make me choose life or death, I would defend circus peanuts over candy corn. Like circus peanuts, I mean, it's kind of like a kid's thing. I don't know. It's just.
Can I just take like regular styrofoam? I feel like it would taste better than both of those at that point.
I mean, yeah, it ain't for everybody.
That's the nicest thing I was gonna say.
Right.
Yeah.
It ain't for everybody.
I think it should be illegal for everybody. But
maybe. But
yeah, if he ever gets up here to next gen, he's definitely gonna run a candy corn car. So just be ready for that.
Looking forward to it.
I'll go make him a candy corn design card just for him.
One last serious question. What do you think tonight the issue was for pit road? I know a couple guys said the cone got moved, but what do you think made tonight's pit road just so difficult?
I think it's just that the track, for some reason, like you carry so much more speed through the exit of the corner than other places. Like most similarly would be Chicago. Chicago, you know, you gotta back it up because I feel like this track is easy to miss your entry because there's not like a lot of markers. It's weird to explain. I feel like where you think you could break, it's a lot earlier than that. Because on my first stop, I almost about overshot it. So I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, it was almost like half the field had pit road penalties tonight, and some of them were for pit commitment line violations, and most of them were for speeding though.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, you want to talk about your pit road?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I did a few practice like green flag stops. The first few were okay. And then I'm gonna be totally honest, I kind of forgot where I had to start slowing down, so I really missed pit road. And then thankfully I made the smart decision of just staying out another lap, but just coming back around. And then thankfully Dylan was just like, "Oh, just lift here and start braking here," and that actually helped me perfectly. I felt like I hit pit road the next 2 times pretty good. So.
It might not be good at a lot of things, but pit road entry is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely helped me a little
It'll be
bit.
on the practice sheet for next week, so definitely.
Oh, definitely.
But always a pleasure, fellas, and looking forward to seeing you guys at Bristol next week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know if you should be looking forward to it. It's gonna be chaotic.
Well, we'll see. I get paid either way. So.
It'll be good to broadcast. I feel bad for Michael. I'm just gonna say right now, I feel bad for Michael.
Yeah. I get paid on your downfall or your successes either way. So like whether you guys have a good race or not, I'm still getting paid. So
I respect the hustle.
Yeah, it's the grind. I hope you guys have a good race though. It makes me happy when everyone does well.
Oh, appreciate that.
Yeah, but looking forward to it, fellas. We'll see you next Monday night.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hello, how's it going?
Doing pretty good. Here with Andrew Tenold, Devin Galvin, Tenold Galvin Racing. And I think Tenold, you just love to have that first pit stop back. That's kind of the name of the game tonight for a lot of people.
I would love to redo that so bad. That was the killer of the night. Absolute killer. I couldn't see pit road, like the line, just the glare of the sun was just ugh.
Yeah, definitely. You had top 10 speed right before that. You had driven up there. I think you were up 10 or 11 spots, 9th, 10th place before that first pit stop. So, and then it was just, kind of damage limitation from there. Devin Galvin, you actually took advantage of the pit road chaos. You were down in 25th, 26th with a tight handling race car. And you were just after that, just keep it clean on pit road. You gained 10, 11 spots for free.
Yeah, the pit road strategy, it ended up working pretty well. My spotter, my buddy here too, Michael Eckhart, he did a pretty good job of helping me get back up there in the mix. But that wreck where I got kind of caught up in the outside wall was just, it kind of really messed up my car. And I'm not really mad at anybody about that wreck, but I really do think that there was one car that probably could have done a little bit of better job avoiding it, but it's all in the heat of the moment. Stuff happens. I get it. I'm not angry. It's just I'm glad we were able to salvage that, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully being more of a contender next week at Bristol.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be pretty chaotic at Bristol, so it's be more of the same there, survival, and definitely minimize mistakes on and off pit road there. Any pit road mistake there will be 3-4 laps almost before you could even blink.
yeah, it's gonna be a crazy hectic race for sure. Short track
Hey,
racing
remember-
is always a good time.
Absolutely.
Remember that time we raced Bristol or Martinsville?
Ooh, let's not
I
talk
feel like
about that.
I feel like that's gonna happen again.
I don't
No,
know.
man, let's not. Because I've had a good time in Bristol in this league.
No,
we
dude,
actually,
if
we
you
actually
watched
usually do pretty okay.
if you watch the next up race, oh my goodness, that was the nightmare.
You guys are
and a half.
next gen
Listen, man,
drivers. You guys are the cream of the crop, right? You guys are supposed to be the example.
You're the next up scout. It's not my job to sit there and watch the chaos.
Be
like
the
that.
positive example to the young racers in the next up series. Put on a good race.
They did.
You too can be a TGR driver one day.
Or if you mess up, you
seem
too
to,
can be mocked mercilessly on the YJ Media channel. If you screw up,
Exactly.
you're getting made fun of. Like it's that simple.
Yeah, well,
don't screw
I
up.
don't know.
It's a lot of pressure.
TGR gets more hate than any other team in this league. It's weird.
There are
I
literally,
don't understand it.
There are literally dozens of people watching.
Look, man, I don't know. I don't run into this TGR hate as often as the rest of you, so I'm not really sure where this comes from.
Everyone's just here to have a good time and get his top 16 and move on to Bristol.
I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Yeah, you fulfilled your media obligations. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll see you guys next week at Bristol.
All right,
Sure.
thank you.
See you at
See you
the
guys.
world's fastest. What is it? Half mile.
Half mile, Last Great Coliseum, Daryl Waltrip's
Last Great
playground,
Coliseum.
something like that. I don't know.
We're about to turn that into the TGR playground.
Hopefully.
I'm
Good
kidding.
luck, fellas.
Andrew,
Yeah, we'll see.
Andrew,
We'll
you
see
saying
ya.
things like this is
It is Daryl Waltrip's playground, isn't it? He does have a lot of success there, I believe.
I believe he does. I believe Kurt Busch does as well. I could be very wrong.
But yeah, this was a crazy race. It looked like we were in for one of those races early on. 2 cautions and 2 green flag laps to start. Then we go green to the end, and a lot of
Kurt Busch has
contenders.
6. Sorry.
Wow, that's crazy. And then a lot of contenders really just fell by the wayside. Perrin Huggins, Cody B. Johnson, Sean Anderson, Ryan Tiller. Some of the notables. Perrin Huggins as well. Falling out of contention for the win due to pit road penalties, speeding, commitment line violations, etc., etc. And Brandon Bowers is there to... I mean, he had great speed anyways. He very easily could have won the race all on his own without the help, but you give a guy like Brandon Bowers helps, and it turns into a domination.
No, I don't. I want to confirm. Daryl Waltrip, 12 victories at Bristol, the only driver with more than 10, followed by 9 by Dale Earnhardt, Rusty Wallace, and Cale Yarborough.
Very nice. So that's where we head next week. Looking forward to a fantastic race, hopefully. But before we get there, tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, the LSRL Xfinity Series heads to Las Vegas for the finale, where we will crown a champion of our 4 deserving drivers. Be sure to tune in for that. See who gets lucky in Vegas and who will go home wishing they had just a little bit more in the cards. But tonight, we wrapped up with 9 lead lap cars. The last of those, Joshua Parent, hard fought. Alex Cheer, 10th place, but a lap down. So you say, hey, I'm a lap down. I got 10th. So that's just kind of shows you how the race played out tonight. A lot of guys 1 lap down. A lot of guys 2 laps down. Cale McClellan, the only driver 3 laps down. And even had multiple drivers 4 laps down. But Nick Sipple didn't get out of the starting blocks. Brandon Richard parked it early. Nick Miller had to head out early. Jeffrey Rudick and Kyle Ritchie had their own issues. But I believe we had 29 cars running at the end of this thing. And that is a crazy, chaotic conclusion to the Jessica Fischer Memorial 130. And we'll see you tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern. LSRL Xfinity Series Championship. Hope to see y'all there.